Alright, so today we're having a look at the Yamaha RX8 Digital Rhythm Programmer. A decent drum machine from late 1980s from Yamaha. So we'll start off in pattern mode here on the screen. Using the arrow keys, we can shift through real-time right, step right, clear, delete a particular instrument, copy, clear all, and how much memory we're using. So we'll just go ahead and do a real-time right here. Now the cool thing about this instrument is each pad, you can assign the sounds to each pad regardless of how they're labeled here. So we can go to voice assign, and then here, so we can go bass drum 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have several different sounds that we can choose from. And if you feel so inclined, rather than having a tom on tom 1, we can have an open hi-hat on there. So if you really wanted to get crazy with it, you could have an entire pattern bank full of nothing but like low toms and kick drums. And you could make a groove out of that. Now with each individual pad, we can go here to the voice edits section. Gives us a few different options here. So we have level, pan, left to right, and then pitch. So I like to play with this one. You can see I've have this one tuned down a bit, so we can take that kick drum down super low, or I'll put it back up to where we had it, about halfway down. And move over to our rim shot here. We'll turn that down, so we can edit each individual tone for all of those parameters. So let's go back to pattern mode here. We'll program a quick beat on this guy. So we'll go over here by using the arrow keys to switch between the jobs. So we hit real-time right. Now for quantization here, you can move over to job number 2. So rather than 1/16th, I like to go up to 1/24th. This way I can add the swung eighth notes in there. So we will hit start. Here, our metronome there. As well as we have an accent here. And if we don't like something, we can just hit the beat clear, hold down that key, and that part will erase in a real-time right mode. Another nice one about the RX8 here is reverse function. So we can hold down reverse and it'll play that sound in reverse. There's sort of how to get a basic groove on this particular machine. Now you can see that I have some extra switches here. This is a modification that I've added. Little circuit bending twist. I'll show you the internals of that later on. We have sync, so we can choose MIDI sync to connect it to some other gear. Tape. This does have a dedicated 9-pin DIN connector for cassette tape. Internal clock. So we'll go back to MIDI here. Now, even with the MIDI clock synced, obviously you can still use the machine as it is, or it will accept a trigger from another MIDI machine. Tempo function is controllable by the large knob here. Max 250, minimum of 40. Again, I like to keep it in the upper 120s, so we'll go with like 127 here. And let's just add a little bit more on this guy. And there you have it. So that's a basic overview. Now that we have a pattern that we like programmed in, we can get to the custom switches that I added here. These are connected to the voice ROM chip inside. I'll show you that here in a minute. Each one of these switches basically gives us a short circuit of the ROM data to give us some various distortions and different flavors on the machine. So we'll step through these. And these switches can be used in various combinations. So that's a quick overview there. Let's open it up and take a look on the inside, and we'll show you how that one works.
Take the RX8 apart. We'll start by removing the volume and tempo knobs, and then on the back of the machine there's 6 or so screws we'll need to take out. Now the main 2 ROM chips that we're going to be looking at here are IC 118 and 119, labeled Yamaha XF177A0 and XF178A0. We'll connect various pins on these together. You can sort of run a blank pattern or run a drum pattern of your liking, and then just kind of short out some of these pins to one another to get the sounds that you like. We'll drill some holes here for the switch bank that we're going to install. We'll wire those up to a bank of single switches. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos for other drum machine and synthesizer explorations.